All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Seattle Seahawks. A huge victory, just an absolute huge, thrilling overtime road victory against the Detroit Lions. This game could have playoff implications further down the line. We'll obviously deal with that if it comes up. But the Seattle Seahawks needed a win, and they needed this win so badly. Geno Smith bounces back, last year's comeback player of the year, over 320 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't know who's making these schedules, but keep cooking Lions Seahawks. Let's get this going every single season. All I got to ask is, can we get one of them prime time? Because not only are Seattle and Detroit both kind of becoming must-watch football teams, but anytime these guys are lining up together, it's must-watch. You have to watch these games. Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, the defense stepping up when they had to late in the game. This was just a weird game. It was very high scoring, but I feel like both teams kind of left a lot out there until the fourth quarter where the Seahawks outscored Detroit 14-10. I mean, keep in mind, like first half, the score was 14-7, sorry, Detroit. So it started slow, picks up more so at the end of the third and the whole fourth quarter. Overtime, Detroit didn't even get the football. That was a nail-biter. That truly was a nail-biter. The kicker missed 2 field goals. Very weird game. Just a weird game. But hey, a win is a win. This isn't college football. Context does not matter. And even if it does, a road victory against Detroit, who just took down the Super Bowl champions 1 week ago, that's something. So before we get any further into tonight's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. I do post a couple of Seahawks videos every single week. So Seahawks fans, if you could try and get this video to 500 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So Seattle's in an interesting situation where they have a really early bye. Their bye week is week 5. They've got Carolina next week at home, and then they've got the Giants right before their bye week. You're in the NFC West, and you have San Francisco, who's just, kind of a juggernaut, and then you had the Rams, who took you down in week 1. So there's a sense of urgency here. One of my favorite, or not favorite things, but one of the funniest things that's happened in the last couple of weeks was all these Seahawk non-fans coming into the comment section on my past Seahawks videos after that week 1 loss to the Rams saying, oh man, if you thought Geno Smith was going to have another good season, you don't know ball. Geno Smith's about to regress, and if you don't see that coming, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why people still don't believe in Geno Smith. Like, outside of Seahawks fans, and maybe you're just kind of, like a good NFL fan, somebody who's watching the Seahawks games, just watching these games in general, for the most part, it feels like 99% of the NFL media and NFL fan world still thinks Geno Smith is unreliable. A lot of people clearly want him to win the comeback player of the year last year, but it's weird because they won 9 football games. They made it into the playoffs. I don't know if it's because they won 9 games and made it into the playoffs, but I don't feel the same media love for Geno Smith this season, which is just weird because how do you not love Geno? But he did more than enough in this afternoon's game. 32 of 41, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He also had 3 carries for 20 yards, including a long of 15, which was huge late in the game. And you got to give credit not only to Geno Smith, I got to give credit to the Seahawks offensive line. They're missing both of their tackles. Detroit was hungry. They were getting to Patrick Mahomes in the Thursday night football regular season opener a little over a week ago. I wasn't concerned about Seattle. I'm still not, I was never concerned even after that first loss to Los Angeles. It's literally just week 1. But Detroit's got a hungry defense, and they've got some hungry guys on the defensive line. They've got some hungry guys on the linebacker room, the defensive back room. They like to blitz. I was, a little curious how the offensive line was going to hold up. They did a great job, all things considered. One thing to keep in mind as well, the Seahawks running game has yet to be unlocked this season. We saw it last year. Kenneth Walker III, he had a really solid game, 17 rushes, only 43 yards. He only averaged 2.5 yards per rush, but he had two touchdowns, and it felt like he got a first down. It felt like he just produced. He made plays when he needed to make plays. He also caught a ball for 11 yards. The receiving room, 6 catches, 75 yards for DK. He did get banged up, missed a little bit of time, did return. Tyler Lockett, 8 catches, 59 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But like I said, man, this running back room has yet to be unlocked. This was a top 10 offense this past season. We didn't really see it week 1 against the Rams. Well, we saw it today. 37 points against the Detroit Lions. I don't want to hear it about the defense. Oh, it's the Lions defense. We're past that. We are so far past that. Got to give credit to the Seahawks offensive line, Geno Smith, and everybody in general. Even though Kenneth wasn't getting it going with the run game, Zach Charbonnet only saw 4 carries. He did see 16 yards, averaging 4 yards per rush. Carolina and the Giants, I anticipate probably over 150 rushing yards in each of those 2 games as a team for Seattle. So keep an eye on that moving forward. One quick thing about the offense, the final comment on the offense. I love the 3-headed monster that they've got at the tight end room with Disley, Fant, and Parkinson. I feel like I trust these guys so much. And we talked a lot about it last season and how, you can get really creative. You can get very versatile having 3 competent tight ends, guys who can catch, guys who can block. It's crazy. You can get super crafty. And we saw it last season. But Fant today, 4 catches, 56 yards. Parkinson, 2 huge catches for 41 yards. Disley, 3 catches for 35 yards. Not too many people talk about the Seahawks tight end room, mainly because there's no big name. There's no Kittle. There's no Kelsey. But those 3 tight ends, man, all 3 of them can play. Seahawks fans know this, but I don't think the NFL really does, which is perfectly fine. Trey Brown. Trey Brown essentially sealed the game, which was weird, though, because he didn't, because the Lions came back, put up 10 straight points. The game goes into overtime. So it looked like Trey Brown kind of sealed the game when he got the pick 6 from Jared Goff. But Trey Brown, Julian Love, Devon Witherspoon, this Seahawks secondary, man, it is coming together. Their defense in general is coming together. Keep in mind, this was this was a big flaw for Seattle last season. It kind of was the reason they lost that playoff game to San Francisco. They gave up 30 points to the Rams in week 1. They gave up 31 points this afternoon to Detroit. It's going to take some time, but hey, as we mentioned, context doesn't matter in the NFL. A win is a win, and nobody's going to hold it against you. So that's why, this team is yet to be unlocked. We're only 2 games into it. That's why you never want to overreact to week 1. I'm looking at 2 things. First off, the offensive line. Once they get healthy, once my tackles get healthy, but my running game. Seattle has a great running game, and we have yet to see the tip of the iceberg this season. And the Seattle Seahawks defense, they made a bunch of moves in free agency. They made a bunch of draft picks with guys like Devon Witherspoon in the NFL draft. They made a ton of upgrades. They got a lot deeper, but it's still going to take some time. All right. So that's it for tonight, man. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. We'll definitely post another Seahawks video or 2 before that upcoming game at home against Carolina, about a week away from the time of this recording. So Seahawks fans, guys, let me know your thoughts down below on today's game. Give me a grade rating for Seattle in the comment section. But as always, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you want more Seahawks videos, let me know down below. But have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you